Getting to work with your dream clients is one of the best parts about being a coach. You get to pick who you work with and who you don't work with. So when it comes to your speaking strategy, it is so important to understand how you can build new relationships and bring in new clients from the stage. Let's discuss. Hi, I'm Jessica Razzle, and I've spent the last 16 years traveling the country, sharing my story, and helping hundreds of small business owners do the same so they can reach more audiences, grow their impact, and scale their businesses that they've worked so hard to build. And while we're doing this, I know a lot of times it can feel like, well, I like speaking directly one-on-one, person to person, because in my coaching business, it's intimate work and I want to make sure I'm bringing in the right clients. That does not change when we start speaking to a much larger audience from the stage. So today I want to show you how you can really leverage public speaking to start building those relationships for your coaching business and to get new clients. Now make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to share something, a little behind the scenes tip that I share with my clients that really has to do with your speaking topic and how that can help you attract better clients. Who is your ideal client? Now, I know a lot of times we'll be like, oh, it's a business owner who wants to grow their business, and we shoot out these general things. And while that's great and it's a great first start, if you really want to make deep connections from the stage, you need to know who your audience is. That's what's going to help you get reference points, examples, share stories that create a common ground between you and your audience. So let's dive a little bit deeper into who your ideal client is. The way that I like to look at this is not just like, it would be nice to work with so-and-so. That doesn't really do it for me. What I would do is kind of take a look at the clients you're currently serving or have served. Who are some of your best clients that have paid for your services? People who you love working with, who keep coming back time and time again. And I'm willing to bet when we start to look at those types of clients, there are some commonalities between them. Maybe seasons of business or seasons of life or things they're working towards achieving. Let's start to hone in on that because you, as the speaker, you can really start to think about real people who could be sitting in that room. One, it's going to make your job so much more fulfilling as a speaker, but two, it's going to help you create that quick connection with an audience who didn't know you before you stepped into that room and maybe even land you a few new clients. Now, while we're talking about all the positives and these dreamy clients that we want to work with, the reality is you've probably had a client or two that was not the right fit. And in business, sometimes we don't know what we don't know. And we don't know that someone's not a good fit until we've worked with someone who's not a good fit. So it's okay to also identify some of the things that you know are not going to be qualities or attributes of an ideal client for you. That's going to help you work things into your presentation that can kind of repel them. So you're not getting a ton of inquiries from people who aren't a good fit. And it might also help you focus in where you're going to be speaking. So when I talk about building relationships from the stage, what comes up for you when you hear that? Let me know in the comments. Are you thinking that you're going to go out to coffee with everybody, that you're sending them a Christmas card? Like, what do you feel when I'm saying build relationships with your audience from the stage? So I want you to really look at the life cycle of your clients right now. When somebody meets you for the first time, whether that's on social media, at a networking event, when they meet you and they're a complete stranger, how many interactions do you have with them before they say yes, before they apply to work with you, before they join your program? If you don't know, it's okay. But what I want to stress here is that a lot of times when we're creating virtual content, digital content, it takes a lot of touch points for someone who doesn't know us to know, like, and trust us enough to say yes to working with us. Now that timeline, it's going to be shortened when you speak on the stage. There's something magical that happens when we step into presenter mode, right? One, there's this instant boost of credibility. Well, somebody handed her the microphone. She must know what she's talking about. That kind of helps us a little bit. If we're speaking somewhere where the audience has a deep connection with the host, that's also going to help shorten that know, like, and trust, because if the audience trusts the host and the host trusts you, in turn, the audience has a little bit more trust for you already. But probably the most important reason, the key element here as to why your relationships will be built so much faster from the stage is that you're taking that audience on a journey. You're getting to show your heart for the work that you do. You're getting to really be a little bit vulnerable and let them in, but you also get to showcase your expertise. By starting your relationship from a place of action and intentionality, you're going to fast track that know, like, and trust and see that the leads you're generating from speaking convert much faster than maybe leads you're generating on social media. Now, while I'm talking about converting leads faster, I'm going to make a disclaimer here so you don't send me a million mean messages when you didn't get 100 leads on that podcast you're on next week, right? Speaking is a long game. And sometimes when you are out there and you go to speak at an event and you're trying to calculate your conversion rate, I want you to know that that's a tiny piece of the puzzle. The reality is that there are even more people in that room who you planted a seed with, and they're going to come back around in the following months and years to work with you and or send a referral your way. For years, my private coaching, like my speaker coaching and presentation development, was filled almost exclusively by speaking. That meant all of my high-end clients came from either me speaking on a stage or a referral from somebody who sat in the audience when I was speaking on a stage. When you're able to get up on a stage and be vulnerable and share your expertise and show the audience that I see you right where you are and helping them actually take action, not talking at them for an hour and telling them how awesome you are, that does not work, but actually showing up and delivering real value is going to generate more leads than a post on Instagram or writing that new blog. Now, I'm not saying we're going to stop doing the other marketing activities you're doing in your business, but if we could take a little bit of time out of our calendar each month to get on a podcast, to live stream, to speak at a conference, it's going to extend your reach even more and fill that pipeline, which means new eyes are going to be on all of those other marketing activities you're doing, like blogging, podcasting, social posts, etc. Now, I've got a little bonus tip for you, so grab a pen. So often when we think about speaking to generate new leads and clients, especially for like a coaching business or a done for you type of business model, we can get really fixated on, well, this is the talk that I give and I generate new clients. But remember earlier I talked about that client journey? A lot of times there's going to be some different seasons and steps on that client path. So somebody who's coming into your business may not be problem aware yet. So if you're like, Jess, I don't even think I need speaking for my business, you're not going to hire me to develop your next presentation. So I want you to really look at your ideal clients and say, where are they when they are ready to join? And then I want you to also think about a little bit before that, when they're first getting to know you and maybe they don't even realize what you offer as a solution that they need. What does their life and business look like there? When you can identify through all of your speaking opportunities, what kind of audience am I speaking in front of? You're going to be able to figure out what topic is going to be the best one for that audience. So bonus here is to dive deep into every opportunity you have. Figure out as much as you can about the audience you're speaking in front of and make sure you're serving them up a topic that they actually need in this season. I hope that all of this helped you realize that speaking can be a powerful tool to grow your coaching practice. But I got one more little nugget for you. So I don't want you to think of just that time on the stage as being the only time you're building relationships, right? There's no reason that once you walk off the stage that you can stop making an impact for your audience. So instead, I want you to really think about how can you continue the journey with that audience after your presentation is over? Because while it might not take 5 years for them to convert into a new client, it might take 5 days or 5 weeks. And the more you can be in their corner, cheering them on and helping them take those next steps, the more likely they are to say yes to you and start that coaching journey with you. Connections and relationships truly are the key components to successfully scaling your business with speaking. And I know I say it all the time, but a strong relationship will open more doors than any templates or pitches ever could. So if you're looking to generate new leads and more clients, don't sleep on building relationships with your clients from the stage. And if you're looking to extend those relationships after the stage, you're going to want to watch this video on using social media to really scale your impact with speaking. It's going to show you what to do after the stage to make an even bigger impact.